It is time for our history hot tip, and today we are discussing this pandemic that killed millions, but which history forgot. Let's go back to 1918. The First World War has been raging for 4 years. Soldiers are dying by the thousands every day, and the world is exhausted. Then suddenly the war will end, and the world will be thrust into a new conflict, one that will kill far more people than the war ever did. A conflict that would ravage not just one nation or one continent, but the entire globe. A conflict that would not be fought with guns or tanks or planes, but with an invisible enemy, a microscopic virus. This was a pandemic. I'm the host and you're watching this channel. And today we're going to discuss the forgotten plague before COVID, the 1918 Spanish flu. The year is 1918. For the past 2 years, soldiers have been fighting a brutal war in Europe. They've slogged through the mud, dodged bullets, and watched their friends die horrible deaths. But now the war is almost over. By November, the fighting will be done. Victory celebrations will erupt across the globe. People will party in the streets, hugging and kissing their loved ones. Others will dance the night away. No one will be thinking about the dangers of such gatherings because no one knows that a deadly virus is being spread. A virus that will soon engulf the world. By January 1919, the first cases of the disease will appear. At first, it will seem like a mild illness, but it quickly becomes clear that this is no ordinary disease. It is highly contagious and deadly. Within weeks, entire families are wiped out. Soon, hospitals are overwhelmed and doctors are working around the clock, but there is nothing they can do. The disease is spreading too fast. There are not enough beds, not enough medicine, not enough time. Entire communities are being decimated. In America, the first cases appeared in the spring of 1918. At first, the newspapers didn't pay much attention. The disease seemed relatively mild. By the summer, however, things were changing. The disease was becoming more severe and was spreading rapidly. By September, the New York Times was reporting that more than 60,000 people had died of the disease in the United States. Soon, cities across the country were taking drastic measures. Public gatherings were banned and people were ordered to wear masks. Schools and businesses were closed. All forms of entertainment were shut down, but the pandemic wasn't over yet. In fact, it was just beginning. During the fall and winter of 1918, the disease swept across the globe. It hit hardest in the crowded cities where soldiers had gathered during the war, but no one was safe. No matter where you lived, whether you were rich or poor, young or old, you could get sick and you could die. The second wave of the pandemic was even more deadly than the first. In some places, entire villages were wiped out. In others, hospitals were overflowing and morgues were full. But as quickly as it began, it was over. By the spring of 1920, the pandemic was over. The disease had killed an estimated 50 million people. That's more than the entire population of France. To put that in perspective, the Spanish flu pandemic killed far more people than the First World War, killed more people than HIV/AIDS, killed more people than the bubonic plague, and yet most people have never heard of it. The reason the world forgot about the Spanish flu is that the war overshadowed everything. When the war ended, the Spanish flu began. And when the Spanish flu ended, the world was focused on something else. The Treaty of Versailles, the Great Depression, and the rise of fascism. But while the Spanish flu may be forgotten, we should not forget the lessons of the past. Pandemics are nothing new. They have been happening for centuries, and they will continue to happen in the future. The only way we can protect ourselves is to learn from the past. By understanding what happened in 1918, we can better prepare ourselves for whatever comes next. Thanks for watching.